Coming up on Mountain News this morning, communities work around the clock to clean up neighborhoods devastated by last week's flooding. And people across the region try to salvage what they can of their homes and businesses that have been damaged or destroyed.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. 6 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. I can't believe it's Tuesday. Yesterday, I literally thought it was like later in the week. And Brandon, I know you've probably just lost count of the day of the weeks. I mean, I was like someone said in the newsroom, oh, it's only Monday. I was like, yeah, like I don't know.
I have to think some days because it seems like they've all blurred together. Yeah. But yes, it is Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. And
we're continuing to truck along here. And of course, we're hoping to get some of this rain out of here to let these folks clean up a little bit before it gets too awfully hot, which will probably happen tomorrow. Let's take a look and see what's going on this morning. A little bit of cloud cover, not too much rain. I know a lot of folks are waking up thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to be raining this morning. No, we actually maybe dodged a bullet, but there were still some rain out there toward the west. We're going to continue to watch that. Our neighbors in Indiana, though, in Illinois, they got hammered last night. All that rain kind of drifting just to the south there. We had kind of a barrier. The good Lord put a barrier there to keep us dry here in the mountains so far. So hopefully that continues to dive off to the south and stays well west of us. A little bit of fog over at UVA Wise this morning on the high knob camera. Not too bad. 68 over there right now. 66 in Clintwood. Everybody else is in the 70s this morning. A few degrees warmer in some spots like Ashland, Moorhead, Prestonsburg, and Logan. A few degrees cooler in some spots like London, Middlesboro, and Harlan. 85 our average high for this time of the year. 84 our forecast high. 97 the record set back on this day in 2006. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, as some flooding has receded, families in eastern Kentucky are seeing their homes for the first time, and they're getting a better idea of the damage done. Grayson Passmore went to Breathitt County to give us a look at the start of the cleanup.
I just remodeled this and too. I mean, painted it, done everything myself.
Clarence Reynolds and his wife stand in what's left of their home on Court Street.
Your heart's broke, and when you leave, you don't want to come back. You don't want to see it again. You don't want to go through it again. That's about it. It just tears your heart out. You lost everything you worked for. You know, it's all going down the drain. And it just hurts.
The whole block helping each other remove what they can. Toys, clothes, furniture. It's all reduced to piles of trash on their front lawns.
It didn't hit us last time. Just this time. This was enough, wasn't it?
While families survey the damage.
Yeah, it's all destroyed. Like all that, every fireplace and all this stuff's gone. Only thing I'd save in there is the fish tank. My little fishes.
Others have come in to help across Jackson.
We've seen, I think it was 180 total today, medication refills, emergency medications that they've lost. We've had burns, we've had lacerations.
On one side of the shopping center near downtown, Becky Watkins and other nurse practitioners work to take care of people's medical needs. Then on the other side is the Salvation Army, feeding thousands for free.
When people come through to get some cleaning supplies or a meal or whatever it might be, they're taking just the bare minimum because they want to make sure that other people in their community have something as well. And I think that really speaks to the spirit of people in eastern Kentucky.
That was Grayson Passmore reporting. The nurses in the Salvation Army will be at the shopping center near the Wendy's again today. Many businesses and organizations across our region are doing what they can to help with recovery efforts. Juniper Health set up a mobile base camp at Marie Roberts Elementary in Breathitt County, where it is helping those in need. The chief medical officer said it was surreal experience seeing the destruction for the first time.
Right near ground zero of the catastrophic flooding here in Breathitt County, trying to provide real-time access to health care. We're not only providing medical health care, we have behavioral health specialists, etc. up here to try to meet everybody's health care needs.
Those with the clinic are taking it day by day with hours and services, but they anticipate being there for a little while and will be there until they believe the need is met. In Floyd County, cleanup efforts are also ongoing as some areas saw more floodwaters causing problems on Monday. Our Buddy Forbes shows us how people in the Wayland community are working to rebound.
The people of Wayland are no strangers to sweeping floodwaters.
We prepared, but we weren't fully prepared for this one.
But the recent floods took something they were not expecting.
What I hate more is everything in the house is gone. Everything on that first floor is gone.
And as those waters rose higher, the woes grew deeper.
I don't know what we're going to do.
A community working to clean up, waiting for the waters to calm down.
You see, people's whole lives laying in the front yard, and these people worked really hard to get what they have. And
with many saying it is just another hit for their people, they hope help will be a priority.
There's a lot of people going hungry. We're in the middle of a food desert long before they were floating down the creek in a refrigerator, so it was really tough. It's something that this area definitely didn't need.
As they stand unsure, as if watching their own lives from a different perspective.
But it's an emotional roller coaster. We might be laughing one minute, and the next minute you're sitting there crying because you're coming across pictures and stuff that you never thought you would lose.
But even with the thread that once held them together lost in the muck,
we have each other. We have our lives. We have God. God will take care of us and provide for us.
They are looking forward, holding tight to the things that bind them. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Homeowners in the areas most impacted say this is the worst they have seen things since the 1980s, and it came quicker than they could have ever anticipated. People in Knott County are cleaning up and throwing away items caked with mud and other possessions ruined by the floodwaters. The evidence of the destruction can be found all across the county, unlike anything seen in other recent flooding events. At the Heinemann Settlement School, volunteers are working to salvage pieces of history nearly lost in the flooding. Some are working to restore items, some more than a century old.
We initially thought we were going to lose everything, honestly, because, we have a small staff, and in the first hours after the flood, that was the first thing we did. We tried to take records out of there.
The school director adds plans are in place to move the school to higher ground and that this is the first time the school has been hit by floodwaters. Schools across our region are scrambling to make plans for the upcoming school year. Alice Lloyd College in Knott County is planning to start school back on schedule. The president says this flood has affected so many students and staff, but they are working hard to get their students back on campus.
When things like this happen, either you crawl in a hole and hide, or you say, what can we do to make things better? And our goal here at Alice Lloyd College is we want to start school on time. We have students that have no homes, and we want them here, a place they can have electricity and water and have some normalcy.
Employees say they need water, non-perishable food items, shovels, and rakes to help with the cleanup. W.B. Muncie Elementary has turned into a community shelter for Leslie County. Truckloads of donations came pouring in yesterday, bringing diapers, food, and more. The school is also providing shelter and showers for several people in need. Donations in Leslie County were initially going to Mountain View Elementary, but the National Guard has requested that school to set up a temporary base of operations.
Like we said, we started at Mountain View, and then we've been contacted with the possibility of hosting the National Guard. And so we had to transition the shelter to here to W.B. Muncie and then start setting up everything with cots and portable showers.
We're told Mountain View will soon be home to 150 to 200 National Guard soldiers that will then aid in recovery and relief efforts throughout the area. Yesterday, Attorney General Daniel Cameron helped flood victims in Breathitt and Knott counties. He delivered supplies and served meals to flood victims in those areas. In his post, he says it was an honor to spend time with such generous and resilient Kentuckians. Congressman Hal Rogers toured areas hit hard by last week's historic and deadly flooding. Visiting with local leaders and those impacted, we were able to catch up with them during his visit. Congressman Hal Rogers and his wife Cynthia visited shelters and donation centers. Their first stop was at Gospel Light Baptist Church in Hazard.
If it wasn't for these people, I don't know what we'd do.
Meeting with people left homeless by the floodwaters.
I'm so sad at the plight of a lot of my constituents. I love these people. We try to help any way that we can down through the years. And we've seen a lot of those things now wiped out.
Rogers talked with city, county, and state leaders about getting basic needs turned on again.
We've got a lot of water systems that are out of commission, so a lot of people don't have flowing water.
He says organizations like the area development districts can help local governments apply for grants to repair roads and water systems.
The individual assistance the president has approved for Letcher County and a couple of others, that will be helpful.
Even stopping by a donation distribution center at Letcher County Central High School, where people from all over have donated items.
It's refreshing to see the trust that our people have engendered.
The congressman also made a stop at a distribution center at the Knott County Sportsplex. Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Representative Angie Hatton, who represents Letcher County, says the greatest need at Letcher County Central High School is non-perishable food items, especially those packed with protein.
6:11 here on this Tuesday morning, and there's plenty of places you can go to donate those non-perishable food items. And don't forget can openers. That's a big handy tool for a lot of folks who don't have those pull tabs that they can just pull the tops off of those. Let's talk about the forecast this morning, and you see rain off in the distance, but not quite here. It's to the north and east, it's to the south and west, but nothing in our region. The Lord has spared us this time around, and we are thankful for it. US 119, US 23 going up Jenkins Mountain there. Not too bad with traffic this morning over in Letcher County. We're going to continue to see that trend with temperatures across the region. 66 Clintwood, 76 again in Wayne. A lot of low to mid 70s out there at this hour. 84 this afternoon. Chances for rain early. I don't know if they're going to materialize or not. I hope they don't. Be okay with me. But skies will start to gradually clear as we head into the afternoon hours. But as we look ahead, drying out and heating up. So the 7,500 plus folks without power, you're going to need to try to start looking for some way to stay cool in the next couple of days. And then our next system, unfortunately, could be making its way toward us by the end of this week. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Well, coming up here on Mountain News this morning, a food company works to recall a number of its products due to the possibility of making some people sick.